Chris was the one that taught me into being a part of this, and I'm so thankful to him. We're doing a song called You'll Never Leave Harlan Alive, which I recorded eons ago, but it has been recorded many times. And it was written by Daryl Scott, and he's also playing with us, and it's just perfect, and I'm excited about it. I really am, and especially sharing the stage with this one, the most soulful singer out there right now.
It's incredible. We really didn't know each other too much, other than we knew of each other, maybe, I think.
I cut one of your songs, Higher Than the Wall.
That's the first cut I ever had.
The first cut?
That's the first cut I ever had.
Wow, I feel special.
was Higher Than the Wall. People told me I couldn't come to town and write waltzes, and I wrote a waltz, and Patty Loveless cut it. That was my first cut.
Higher Than the Wall.
that's our relationship. But I'd really never met Patty.
No, we hadn't.
And we're both from the same area of Kentucky, and it got flooded really bad, and it was devastating, and it just horrible, horrible stuff. And so we put together a benefit that Patty was kind enough to show up and come sing a few songs with us, and that's where we really kind of struck up a little bit of a friendship, I think, we got so bold as to ask her to come here and do this tonight with us as well, and just to kind of be an extension of the benefit that we did in Kentucky. And so maybe we're going to, put some eyes to that and hopefully point some people in some directions to donate or things like that.
It's a wonderful song of a story of the hardships of people back from where we come from in the eastern part of Kentucky. My father was a coal miner.
So was mine.
And and so I feel like doing this kind of song, every time I perform this song, I'm always thinking of my daddy and so many of the coal miners out there that had hardships and worked very hard. And women worked in those coal mines too. They did, yeah. When I won the Horizon Award that year, it was so special to me, and the people I thought about were the people that, if it hadn't been for them, that I wouldn't have been there. One of them was my brother, Roger Ramey, who passed away back in June of this year. And also Doyle and Teddy Wilburn of the Wilburn Brothers. And Loretta was, on their show, and they traveled together and a lot. And ever since I was a 14-year-old girl. And so at that time, that's all, I was thinking of all the people, and Dolly and Porter that, I felt like they raised me from this kid. And that's the great thing about country music, the country music world, the Opry. It's family oriented. And everybody wants to know everything going on with you, and they try to support. It's like brothers and sisters all the way across it. I'm excited about Wednesday night, especially sharing the stage with Chris and Morgan and just the whole band. It's exciting to be back again. I haven't done the CMAs in a long time, but what really makes it special being here and I feel blessed is because of the passing of Loretta Lynn. And it means a lot to me to be here this time.
Well, it's always a surprise, and I'm always thankful for it, and glad to just keep getting to play music for a living. So that's, and all this stuff is wonderful, but at the core of it is I still get to play music for a living, and I think that's maybe the best gift I've ever had. That song that's really old. I wrote it with Chris Dubois and Ashley Gorley many, many years ago. I don't even know how old that song is. It might be, gosh, at least 10 years old, maybe 15. And I don't know who had the idea. It was either Chris or Ashley, because I probably wouldn't have come up with it. But it was a good idea, and they had a pretty good notion of what they wanted to do with it walking in, and so I think we crossed the finish line with it, and nothing ever really happened with it too much. But my wife always loved that song, and so we've tried to cut that song for a record, maybe the last 2 or 3 records, and never really felt like we got it, and we felt like we got it this time. And my wife was like, "That's got to be on the record," and that was maybe one of the last things we cut, just because she was adamant that we had to have that one. So here we are. She's right again.
What makes the CMA special is because it's kind of like our prom night. It feels that way. Everybody's dressing up and excited and being together. But what makes it really special for me, the first time I ever attended the CMAs, I was 14 years old. And Porter and Dolly invited me and my brother to come. And that was the first time in 1972.
Wow.
1972 that I was sitting in the audience, and I think me and Roger, my brother, we were the first to stand up when Dolly and Porter won duet. And I was like, yeah! So, you know, it's excitement for a young person like that. So, yeah, this is wonderful. It's like coming home.